Their intelligence, beauty, and usefulness have made horses a vital component of many human cultures, and the Norse are no exception. The ownership of a horse is an expensive proposition, so often a horse is one of a person's most valued possessions, or companions, I should really say, and it is rare that anyone who is not very wealthy owns more than one. Uh, the gods, of course, also have horses. Odin has his famous eight-legged gray Sleipnir, who is the son of Loki and a stallion named Svadilfuri. Loki had disguised himself as a mare in order to distract the giant, who is unnamed, who was using Svadilfuri, the stallion, to help him build the wall around Asgard to protect the gods from the other giants. And Loki had distracted the stallion so well that he was impregnated by it. What do you think I've got, Cowboy? The other horses that are mentioned in Norse myth often have names that end in Foxy, or sometimes the entire name is Foxy. Foxy means mane. So, for instance, the horse of Gandalf, Shadowfax, is named in a similar way using the Old Norse word Foxy, or the Old English word Fax, which means the same thing, mane. There is also Gulfaxi, which means golden mane. That is the horse of Hrungnir, the giant, that is fought by Thor. Why are you upset with me? And, yeah, I swear it's not. I know it's disappointing. Yeah, you need your morning routine. And then there's also Hrim Foxy, who is the horse that pulls the moon. And there are also some other horses named Foxy. For instance, a horse named Foxy that is in the saga of Odd. This is the horse that is prophesied to kill him after 300 years. So Odd kills the horse himself, and then 300 years later, he happens to be walking past the place where he buried the horse, and he stumbles on its skull, and then a snake comes out of the skull and bites him and kills him. So the prophecy is fulfilled in spite of his attempts to keep it from being fulfilled. A common trope in Norse literature. It's okay. So, yeah, give that a good smell. So, horses are also important in Norse religion. The sacrifices that we read about to the Norse gods in sagas like the saga of the Norwegian king Håkon the Good, who was a Christian but who attended some of his followers' pagan sacrifices and rituals, record that horse was the prime sacrificial object in Norse religion, and so horse meat would be eaten at these rituals where horses were slaughtered as part of a sacrifice to the gods. This probably reflects the very high status of horses, as does the famous story of the Icelandic chieftain Hrafnkel, who owned a stallion that he named Foxy, Freyr the god, and then Foxy mane again. Foxy, he swore, could not be ridden by any man, and if any man were to ride him, it would be something he could be killed for. Okay. It's all right, man. And so, of course, eventually, one of his workmen, a kid named Einar, did ride Foxy without his permission, and this cost him his life. So horses, very important part of Norse myth, religion, culture, and many of the sagas, just like they are in Tales of the Old West and many other cultures. From beautiful Wyoming, Cowboy and I wishing you all the best.